If you've ever dreamed of having an online business of your own, then be sure to watch this video to the very end. If you've ever wanted to figure out how to work from home, from the road, from the woods, or even from the beach, then you'll want to pay close attention as I'm going to share with you a huge need online right now that people are making good, recurring income from month after month. People with exactly no experience and little computer or internet skills. If you've managed to open your browser on your computer and get to this page right here, chances are you have everything you need right now to begin building a business of your own, a real business too. And I'll explain a little bit more about this later, but you'll be able to build this business and do it within 90 days. Hello, my name is Nick Joel, and I'm the founder and CEO of Insty, the hosting company that helps non-techies create incredibly successful websites. If you've ever tried to start an online business, you know that it's not as simple as some may lead you to believe. You've probably tried many courses, read just about every how to make money online article that Google has thrown at you, and may have even spent thousands or tens of thousands of dollars on courses that promise to make you money online. The problem is that they didn't work. For whatever reason, they didn't work. Well, today I want you to begin to do something different. I want you to pretend that you have the business that you've always wanted, an online business that makes you recurring income month after month, and I want you to start thinking about what you're going to say when somebody asks you, "What do you do?" How are you able to work from the road? How are you able to travel all the time? I want you to begin thinking about your success story, because at the end of this video, you're going to be able to fill in that story and you'll have something real to tell people. Just imagine yourself sitting in that coffee shop or on the beach and having people asking you why you aren't at work today. Now, I understand what it's like to want to build an online business. Personally, my drive for creating an online business came from people I saw around me who were able to have a business of their own and essentially make their own hours, travel whenever they wanted to, and more importantly, have time for family and friends whenever they wanted to. You know the kind. These are the guys that are in those coffee shops, meeting with people all the time, and almost always having people ask them about their story. How did they do it? What was their business about? How were they able to make money without having to work all the time? You might have asked one of these people and heard a story or two of your own, right? Now, I saw these people who had their own online business, and I thought to myself, I know so much about internet and computers, I have to be able to create a business of my own. Now, you might have thought the same thing, because it shouldn't be that difficult to work online. You know how to operate a computer, probably even know how to do tons of stuff online that most people don't even have a clue how to do. Well, when I first started out trying to build my own online business, I tried lots of things, and my quote-unquote story was only interesting to people the first time I told it. Because the problem is when you're trying to get something started, you're always telling people what you're going to do, how you're going to make money, the ideas you have, and while it might be exciting at first, eventually people will tune you out because they hear your ideas, but they never hear of your success. You become an idea person. That's when I realized that I don't like the idea phase of an online business, because I cringed when I thought of ever having to tell somebody what my plans or new ideas were, because I knew they probably thought I was crazy. And because I didn't want to tell them or explain my ideas anymore, I got skeptical and realized that most of the things I was trying were probably crazy pipe dreams and they were destined to fail from the beginning. And this is probably what people were thinking as I was talking with them, like he's just some crazy idea type of guy. So at one point I almost gave up and decided that an online business probably wasn't in the cards for me, and I was destined to work for somebody for the rest of my life, 9 to 5, always tied down to a desk. But you're probably like me. You have a drive inside you that keeps you moving forward, keeps you trying things, because eventually you'll find something that might work, right? And that's why today I'm excited to bring you something very different. In order to explain this, I have to finish my story, okay? So I'll keep it short, but it's important that I explain it all. I'll take you back to 2010 of September. I was working 9 to 5, I was traveling a lot, and I was in a hotel room after a long day of work, some thousands of miles away from home. I just got off the phone with my wife, who was at home with my 3 little ones. She was telling me about their day and something that one of my kids had done that she was so proud of. And as I hung up the phone, I was sad. I was super sad because I missed it. I wasn't there. I was going to miss more stuff tomorrow and more stuff later on. That's just what this job meant. And that didn't sit right with me. So right then, I challenged myself. I said I was going to do whatever it took to create a business where I can be there, where I don't have to miss out on my family. Now that challenge was important because it drove me forward. And I believe that in order to make something really happen, you have to be challenged. So be ready because I'm going to challenge you in a little bit, all right? But I'll continue. So from there, I dug in. I researched. I got to work. I tried a ton of things that I thought would make some money. I went round and round and did a ton of stuff that really, when looking back, was totally pointless. Now, you might understand this point because you might be at this point right now. It was a rough time. I was spending money on stuff, explaining it to my wife, friends, and others that I was going to do something, and eventually they got tired of me explaining. My wife got tired of me spending, and I had nothing to show for it. Now, during this time, I had someone ask me if I could make them a website, and I didn't really want to, but it was gonna make me some money, so I thought it would be a good idea. I thought, sure, I'll go ahead. So I built a website in a few days. I charged them about $500 to do it, and I charged them $150 a year to host it. Now, that's not my success story. It's something that happened while I was trying to start an online business, and even at the time, I really didn't even pay much attention to it. And you don't want to know why? Because everything I looked at online was some sort of pipe dream. It was lofty and it promised tons of money in a super short amount of time. So building that simple website didn't fit into that pipe dream type of thing, so I overlooked it. Now that being said, I continued to flop around and spend more money, tried a ton more things that failed, and this went on for a couple years. And I don't know how I got through it. It was so hard really wanting to do something, but always running into a dead end and never having any success to tell my wife, friends, or my family. But one day it finally hit me, and it wasn't something that I learned from a course. It was just plain common sense that I needed to apply to the online world. In order to have a business online, you need to have your own product or service. But let me rephrase that. In order to have a real online business, you need to have your own product or service. Now, I'll explain this in just a minute. I'll just quickly finish my story. In 2012, I created my first product. It was a software product because I was a professional coder. So I found a need in the WordPress industry, and I created a product to fill that need. I ended up selling tons of that software. It was a huge success, and I was able to use that success to start Insty, which essentially filled those needs for people in a service that has helped thousands of people and continues to help people every day. I quit my job and I've never looked back, and it's been 5 years since Insty launched, and it's been an awesome ride. I've personally got to work with thousands of people and help them create a better online presence for their company and essentially make more money with the incredibly successful website that they host with us. It's just an awesome feeling to be able to do that. Now, remember that one website that I set up way back then? I just got another check from that person. It's been 8 years, and they've paid me every year for work that I did 8 years ago for just a few days. Now, just think of that for a second. I set up a website, and they paid me, and I literally have done nothing more to that site since then. Now, you're probably thinking, you're probably on track with me right now. You're probably thinking, wait, Nick wants me to set up a business building websites for people. And yes, you'd be exactly right. But here's the thing. Over the last 5 years, I built Insty. And just last year, I realized that I essentially built something that you can build on. You can build a real business, not just one that you work for and have nothing to show for it. A real business. And I'll define it like this. A real business is one that you can sell when you don't want to do it anymore. And there are many businesses online that you can't do this with. Like, for instance, multi-level marketing is an example. You can build your quote-unquote business and have people sign up beneath you, but if you don't have a product or service of your own, like let's say that product you're selling just happens to go away, your business dies instantly. And this happened to me. I got involved in one of these multi-level marketing things once. I was selling this product, and that product went bankrupt, and essentially all the work that I poured into it was gone. My software business was somewhat like this. I couldn't really sell it when I didn't want to do it. It didn't really have any assets. It did have some customers, but it essentially was just software, and it made me money. But this business is different because you can build it, you'll have customers, you'll have assets, and you'll have something to show for it when you don't want to do it anymore. So yes, I do want you to create a business building and hosting websites for people, but not in the way that you're thinking. Now let me explain. I've been hosting sites for 5 years now, And I've seen and worked with thousands of people, and many people are like you who can navigate techie stuff and are not afraid to build something for yourself. But there are many, many people who aren't like you, who might not know how to navigate computer stuff, and those are the people that need help. Believe me, there are a lot of them, and it's not hard to find them. The best thing is that they're willing to pay good money for people like you who can help them. They need help, and I know you can help them. Yes, you. Now let me show you something that we've built at Insty. We finished Insty Pages last year. It's amazing. It allows people to build a website, funnels, landing pages, and do marketing, and do it all easily. Pages is what I've wanted to build for a long time. I think it fits perfectly in a well-rounded hosting plan. It allows you to create a really nice website without having to worry about all the inner workings of how websites work. Now, when Pages launched, I knew that people would be able to take it and create websites for others. It was somewhat built like that by design from the start. I even knew that people who have never built a website would be able to use it and create a great website for someone else. Now, for example, as Pages was getting finished, my brother Joe said that he wanted to try to make some extra money online. He was searching for something, probably like you are right now, and I wanted to save him from those many years that I had to go through by trying to find something real to make money online with. And I asked him, hey, do you want to try something? How about making websites for people? And he said, I've never done anything like that before. And I said, no problem. Just watch this tutorial on Insty Pages and let me know if you think you can do this. He did, and he said he would give it a try. Within a few days, he had somebody that was going to pay him to build a website. And a few days later, he had the website done and he had the money in hand. Now, he'd never built a website before in his life. I was the techie kid in my family. He was the one that was all about sports, so he never really messed with computers at all. Now, just a few weeks back, he told me that he picked up another client who was going to pay him $1,500 to build a site. He had it done within about a week, working on it just a few hours every day. Now that's right, $1,500. And he's going to make another $50 a month to host it. Now right now he's probably making $200 to $300 per month from the few clients that he picked up. And he would tell you that he hasn't even really worked it even. He's just had some people approach him because they knew that he could build a website and they needed help. Now this is just the start. Let me show you something else. I want to introduce you to our Insty Engage system, which is essentially email marketing that you'll have at your fingertips. It allows you to collect leads from any website that you build within your Insty Agency account. Using your Insty Engage system, you'll be able to duplicate what most advanced marketing firms do, which is essentially integrate tools so they can collect leads on websites. Now this is where it gets interesting, collecting leads. Practically nobody is doing this right now. The need for this is so huge that just mentioning it to people will almost certainly bring you a new client, and one that would be willing to pay you $500 to even $1,000 per month. Now let me introduce you to Colleen. She's been creating websites for local businesses, and she collects leads from those websites. She does this full time, and her clients love her. They pay her $500 or more each month for each site that she sets up for them. She has one site that she says is literally worth about $1 million. Now why? Because it brings in leads for a company that does a ton of high dollar sales. Companies need leads, and leads equal big money. Now, I hope you can see why I'm so excited about this, because today I want to fast track you past that idea stage, the stage where you fumble around with something that may have worked for one person, the stage where I was literally at for 2 years, and get you a plan that has worked for thousands of people, including my non-techie brother Joe, who's never done it before, because it fills the needs that millions of people have and are willing to pay good money to have you help them in just literally a few hours a month. Now, I'm not talking about spending $10,000 on a course that you will have to pay off in the next 10 years. I mean, imagine telling your significant other that you want to do another $10,000 course and try to explain it with that idea story with them again. And that's not what I want for you at all. In fact, I don't want you to pay for a course at all. Instead, you'll simply pay for the tools that you'll use to begin building your business. I'll give you the course for free. I'll teach you how to use those tools to build your own online business, how to make monthly income providing a service that doesn't require 9 to 5 from you all day, every day. All right, so you might be thinking, what are these business starting tools that you have for me look like? Well, first, you get hosting. And this is the foundation of Insty and what Insty's built on. You might know what a hosting account is, and you probably have a hosting account right now. But what we have here is different. And the reason why we have it this way is because there are certain hosting accounts that do not lead to a successful website. Our hosting plans are built to be robust, powerful, and fast. And you want to know the reason why? It's because Google wants it that way. Now, when you're in the tech industry, you pay attention to the leaders that essentially shape the industry that you're in. For anything web-related, Google leads and directs the path. If Google likes you, you win, and you win easily. That's been known for a long time, but now a lot of people don't realize what's been happening over the last couple years. And I won't get into all the details, but think about it like this. If you have a phone, chances are you use Google Maps, right? And you can take Google Maps and essentially punch in a destination, and Google will tell you when you're going to arrive there within just a few minutes, and it'll tell you the exact road that you should take. Now, just think about this for a second. Google knows so much about our physical world, about the roads, about cars, and everything in our physical world, that they can get you essentially somewhere hours away within a few minutes. Now, just think. If they know so much about our physical world that they've been in for the last, 10 years or so, Google has been online since the start. Think about what they know online. It's just incredible. Now, the last couple years, they've told us a couple things. They said in order for a website to get good rankings, it needs to be secure and it needs to be fast, and they've told us this. So we've taken what they told us, and we made sure that our hosting accounts embody everything they want to see. Now, all that is to say that we know in order to have a successful website, it needs to have a ton of things, but at its core, it needs to be fast and it needs to be secure. That's why our hosting is strong, fast, and secure. Every site gets its own SSL certificate, so that lock in the Google toolbar shows green. Good to go. Now, you wouldn't want to build your business on anything but the best. Our hosting accounts are like other hosting companies' VPS accounts. And if you don't know what a VPS account is, that's all right. It just means that we don't mess around with cheap, underpowered hosting accounts. We want to make sure the website that you set up for your client has the best engine behind it. It makes them happy and it earns you more. Now, the next tool in your toolbox is our Engage system. It's email marketing. As I mentioned before, there's big money in collecting leads. It's essential to a good online presence, and it's the most effective means of marketing that exists today. Now, that's right. It's the most effective. It blows social media out of the water. And I don't even have time to go into all the facts about why email is the best, but here's one fact that essentially sums it up. Email is 40 times more effective at acquiring new customers than Facebook or Twitter. And that's 40, right? One of the goals of your business will be to set up a website that makes more money for your client. In order to do this, the best tool that you can use is email marketing. Now, when you do email marketing, you make more money. It's plain and simple. That's why we include it in every Insty account. It's vital, and it's not hard to do, and it's not hard at all. In fact, it's super easy. And the reason why it's so easy is that we've done all the hard work in the back end. We make all the connections and integration within your hosting account and websites so that you don't have to worry about it. You just collect leads. It's the easiest email platform in the world. We built it that way, and now since it's so easy, you can easily add it to your business and make good money with it, just like Colleen does. Now, next is our Pages platform. This is our custom-built, full website creation platform, and the reason we built it is for people like Joe who want an easy platform to build websites on. Now, if you've ever heard of things like Lead Pages, ClickFunnels, Beaver Builder, and some, it's like those, only better. For instance, with Lead Pages, you can only create pages. With Insty Pages, you can create a full website, blog, e-commerce pages, membership pages, and a ton more. But more importantly, we know what sections that you should have in your website, what sections and content lead to an incredibly successful website. So we take the steps to make it easy for you to build an incredibly successful website. We call it built-in inspiration. No other builder has this, and it makes our system so unique, and what makes it so simple for you to build a site that you can make good money with in a fraction of the time. We did the work, pre-designed each section, so all you have to do is drag it into the page and make a few changes to it. Now, having the right tools in your business is what will make you earn more without working more. They call it a lifestyle business, when you put in a little bit of work and you make a lot of money with it. And that's what Pages was designed to do, and that's what Joe is finding out. But the best part is that since you have the foundation of an actual hosting account, you have the freedom to use just about anything you want. That's not true with those people that have lead pages, ClickFunnels, or those. They are stuck with using that software platform and they have no other options. In your Insty Agency account, you can use Insty Pages, or if you're a WordPress master, you can use WordPress, and you can use Insty Pages right alongside your WordPress install. Consider this: if you wanted to set up a site using WordPress, you probably know how difficult it is to set up a single landing page in a WordPress site once you have it all done. The thing is that you could use Insty Pages to create a one-off landing page or funnel for your client, so you don't have to make changes to their WordPress site. You can build and manage their landing pages in Insty Pages, capture their leads in Engage, and boost their sales and money, all from the comfort of your single Insty Agency account. All the hard work that we've put in creating the best hosting account for incredibly successful websites is what leads us to be able to put together this agency account for you. Essentially, it's gift wrap success, all ready for you to take and start building your business on. You are the reason why I created Insty Agency, because I know exactly where you are right now. I've been there, and I've talked to so many people in the same place in life, and the thing they usually tell me is that they're ready to invest time and effort into something that works, but have no idea what to sell or even what to do. Well, I got both for you right here. It's not hard. It will take some work, but it's work that you can do at your leisure. Now, my plan for you looks like this. I give you the tools in your own Insty Agency account. We've already touched on the tools, but now I'll show you how to best profit from them. Inside, you'll have 2 courses. The first course is you'll learn how to create an incredibly successful website. And this is what every Insty customer has access to. This course shows you how to create a website that sells, how to create lead generators that build lists, and how to put together automated email marketing sequences that increase sales 5-fold. You'll learn what makes a website successful, and just by seeing this one course, you'll see how many people in the world need this for their website. You'll see how many people are doing their website wrong. You'll become a master at creating a website that people need and want, and they'll be willing to pay you good money month after month. Now, the next course you'll have access to is how to create a business of your own by creating successful websites for others. This is the Insty Agency course. And inside, I give away tons of my secrets that I've used in my own business, ones that I've perfected over the years from trial and error. And I do this specifically to help you skip through the tough parts of trying to build your own online or lifestyle business. So you don't have to fumble around for years like I did. I will save you the trouble, just like I did for Joe, so you can immediately get to work and start seeing results. Now, you'll set up a website for your business right away, one that can accept online subscription payments that are automated, so you can have your clients pay you direct on your website, and you can collect that recurring income month after month automatically. I'll show you how to find people that need your help, even whole niches that are ready, that are just waiting for someone like you in your business. I'll even give you an example. For instance, the daycare business niche. A local search showed me that half of the daycare businesses around me don't have a website. Now, right there, an immediate need that you probably have in your own backyard. Now, on top of that, the other half that had a website didn't have a mobile-friendly site. Now, remember when I talked about Google and what they wanted? One of the things I didn't even mention is that Google is giving priority to sites that load correctly on a mobile device. They know what sites look good on a phone. They know everything about our virtual world, remember? They say that in the next couple years, 75% of searches will be from mobile first. This means when someone's sitting on their couch and they think about their 2-year-old Susie that will need to be enrolled in daycare next year, the device they're going to search for daycare businesses first will be their phone. If that daycare site isn't mobile friendly, Google won't show it to that phone user, or if they do, it'll show it dead last. Now again, that's a huge need. You just tell somebody this and they will know that they need your help. Now, on top of all of that, of those that had websites, 95% of them didn't collect leads. And this is what makes you different than just about anyone out there that builds websites. Now think about it this way. A lot of people in the daycare industry need to fill their rosters every year. They have their biggest need and their biggest want is to make sure they have enough kids in their daycare so they can make good money. Now, they don't understand that having a list and collecting leads from their website could totally help fill their rosters every year. If you were able to come to them, put a lead generator on their website and collect leads for them, if they ever had an opening, they could contact you. You could send out a couple blasts to their email list and get the leads that they're looking for, and they can make sure their rosters are full anytime they have an opening. This is a huge thing that, again, 95% of them are not doing. If you went to them and said, look, I can have a lead generator set up for you, and we can get those leads in whenever you need it, they will be willing to work with you and be willing to pay you good money. Now, see what I mean? It's easy. And if you can see yourself doing this, it could definitely change your life forever very soon. Now, remember when I told you what drove me to start an online business? Now, when I really think about it, it was actually because I wanted to travel. More than anything, I wanted to be able to travel with my family. I have an adventurous spirit that I've had some customers that I've worked with actually notice that adventure spirit in me as we work together on some things. And I love being out in nature, and I love to explore. And having that want to travel and seek adventure was what fueled me to keep going when I challenged myself back then. It fueled me to take a step in a direction that would allow me more freedom and give me the opportunity to do what I wanted while helping people in a business that I loved. Now, fast forward to today. Insty has helped thousands of people host incredibly successful websites, but what's most important is now I know that I can help you in a very special way. So today I want to challenge you. I challenge you to take the step to whatever fuels you, whatever it is, to have more freedom, to travel, to buy that car, or to simply have a bit more money in your pockets, all by helping change somebody's life for the better. Now, I know that Insty can't help everybody, but I do know that what we've built can help you build a business where you could help just about anyone. So think about your next 90 days. I want to challenge you for the next 90 days because I think that within those 90 days, you can have your very first client and start seeing that recurring income coming in. And more than likely, using our course as a guide, within that 90 days, you'll see your first profits from a business that you've always wanted. Because we've taken the tools that we put together and we've added that inspiration for you. I'm so excited about it, and I'm so excited for you. But you might be thinking, can it be this simple? You might have even heard it before, creating websites for others, and you might even know people that do this. And if you're thinking, there's so many people that do this, how can I do this and be successful at the same time? Let me explain something really quick for you. When I created Insty, do you know how many hosting companies there were in the world? And do you know what the standard lifetime of a non-huge hosting company is? It's just 2 years. But you want to know one of my secrets? The secret is this: be the same, but be a little different and a lot better. In your website business, you're going to have the tools to be different from the start. Your basis will be that you build incredibly successful websites, capturing leads and increasing sales for all of your clients. That's how you'll be different. Remember what I told you about the daycare. 95% of them were not capturing leads because whoever built their website isn't building incredibly successful websites. But you will be, and you'll have the tools to do it. And not only that, inside, I'll share with you exactly what I do to be better. Being better than everyone isn't difficult. It's really not. It's just thinking different. And I'm going to show you exactly what to do to be different and to be the best at what you do, and at the same time working less than you think. So if it seems simple, it's because that's the way I wanted it to be for you. I want this to be the start of your success story. Because I remember the first time that I was able to tell my success story. It was incredible. It was like all the hard work of the past finally came into this one moment where I had the freedom that I've always wanted, and somebody asked me, "How did you do it?" I got to tell my story, but this time it was different, and I saw it on their face because it wasn't a look of, "Oh yeah, that's a nice idea." It was, "Dude, that's awesome. I wish I could do that." So here's where your story begins. Now, believe me, when you get to tell it, it's an incredible feeling, and I'm excited for that moment for you, and I know that it can literally be around the corner. So right now, there's a button below, and if you click on the button, you'll get what you need to begin building your online business. Now, we're ready to work with you inside and are excited to begin this journey with you. Now remember, I'm challenging you for 90 days. Hop in, go through the course, check out the tools, begin building a real business, one that you can sell later on. If in those 90 days you don't have your first client or it doesn't work for you for whatever reason, I'll refund everything back to you. No questions asked. But wait, actually, I might ask you one question, and it would be, is there any way that I could have made it easier for you? Because I do that. I ask people, is there any way that Insty could have made it easier for you? So I encourage you, don't miss out on this. I don't want you to continue to fumble around trying to build your online business alone or wasting your time on pipe dream courses from these guys that don't have your best interest in mind. And unfortunately, I see way too much of this. It is my dream to help you get the business that you want, so you can have the freedom that you've always wanted. It's a fast track. You'll have the product and service that you need to get your business going, plus access to all the knowledge that I personally have building my own 7-figure online business. Ask questions, I'll give you simple answers. That's my promise to you. I'm here to help you create your success story. So right now, take the first step. Click that button below, and within a few minutes, you'll have access to everything. You'll go through the easy courses and be well on your way to great recurring monthly income, guaranteed within 90 days. I built this to help you succeed, and that's what I'll guarantee. Give it 90 days. Jump in, check it out, and get started. And get your story ready, because you could be telling that story in just 90 days. Thanks so much. Click that button below, grab the tools that you need, and I'll see you on the inside. I'll talk to you soon.